everyone. Welcome to this edition of Jax Parks TV. I'm Pam Roman. If you watch regularly, you know that we host our shows from a different park each month, and then we feature that park on our Facebook page. Well, this time we're doing something a little bit different. We're actually hosting through a series of parks from downtown Jacksonville, starting here at Hemming Plaza.
Hey everyone, I'm Garrett Teague, and you know I was in the Navy, so I love water. But let's keep the show on land for a little bit. May is bike month, and it's the perfect time to learn about all the different trails out at Hanna Park and which one is right for you, with a special feature from our partners at Jax.
Hey everybody, this is Dan Zafuto with Jax. We're out at Hanna Park today with JaxParks, and we're here to check out some of the trails at Hanna. We have been blessed with over 17 miles of mountain biking trails, so if you find yourself in Northeast Florida with a mountain bike, come on out and ride with us. Today we want to go over some of the trails and what to expect, but before we do that, let's check out some safety tips.
First of all, it's very important to wear a properly fitting helmet to protect your noggin. We also recommend out here at Hanna eye protection to guard against palm fronds and twigs that could poke you in the eye. Many riders prefer to wear riding gloves to protect against branches and vines as they're riding by. Proper footwear is a must. No open-toed shoes. If you have shoes with laces on it, be sure to tuck them in so they don't get caught up in your chain. When you come out to Hanna, choosing the correct bike is essential. When you ride our easy trails, any kind of casual bike will be more than fine. However, if you're going to step it up and ride on our more difficult trails, please be sure to ride proper mountain bikes.
So now that we have the proper gear, let's help you pick the proper trail.
First, we have our green trails. On our green trails, expect to find wide corridors, minimal grade changes, and a mix of loose sand and hard pack. Green trails are a great place to learn how to ride a mountain bike, bring the family, or have a relaxing ride. Next, we have blue trails, which are more difficult trails. We have two blue trails here at Hanna Park, called the North Side or E-Line and the South Loop. These are our fastest trails. The E-Line is 4 miles long and has a staircase, multiple log crossings, and several other fast features. The South Side is our longest trail at 5 miles. It contains several log crossings, sweeping turns, and several steep uphills. Neither of these trails are designed for beginner riders. Again, make sure to check the signs because the trail direction does alter by day of the week. Finally, we have the black trails, which are very difficult. There are two black trails that are known as Little Joe and the Z-Loop. Little Joe is an out and back multi-directional trail that is 2/10 of a mile long. It is very tight and technical and will challenge even the most experienced mountain biker. The Z-Loop is a 4-mile loop that is fast and flowy in some sections and slow and technical in other sections. Expect extreme log crossings, tight switchbacks, and short, punchy climbs. All right, I hope you had a good time learning about these trails today. If you have any other questions, you can go to JaxParks.com or sorbajax.org. I'll see you guys on the trail.
We've moved over to Main Street Park behind the downtown library to intro this next story. It's one that will inspire you to hit the pool for a swim, jump on your bike, and lace up your tennis shoes for a run.
Over 200 athletes of all ages and abilities showed up at the Cecil Recreation Complex recently to compete in the latest Tri-Jax challenge. The unique course created a sprint race for the adults that is perfect for beginners and also offered plenty that experienced triathletes could appreciate.
I think it's a good race for beginners, people that don't want a lot of pressure. The way they spread you out in the pool makes it kind of less stressful than being in a lake. The course is very well manned, which is impressive. Sometimes you get on bike courses and races and you don't see anybody and you kind of wonder where you're at. I particularly like running through the woods. I'm not a trail runner, but the track's hard and shady and really nice. So it's a great thing from the beginner to someone that really wants to put the hammer down.
And the kids also had some fun out at the Tri-Jax Challenge with 2 different youth races and fun activities in between. Race director Benji DeMont says this is an event for the entire family that focuses on introducing people to the sport of triathlon.
The whole event is family oriented. We really like to have people out there doing the races for themselves and with their children. For the sprint race, there are a lot of folks that have their kids there. Of course, the kids, while they're racing, are playing on the bouncy houses and some of the other activities we have. But then typically the parents stick around and even volunteer for a race while the kids are doing theirs. One of the things we find is with a race that does cater to beginners is there are a lot of folks who really didn't think of themselves as being able to accomplish something like a triathlon and now know that they can. So it's a highlight of the year for me to watch these guys finish.
In fact, 11 kids from Jax Parks after school program, which is funded by race proceeds, didn't think they would be able to finish either. But after working for 24 weeks with Coach Roger French and help from local sponsors, they too completed the race.
So, are you inspired? Well, great, because the next Tri-Jax Challenge is just around the corner. So go to TriJaxChallenge.com for registration and more information.
Here's an interesting fact about the Tri-Jax Challenge. Most of the kids who participated on the Tri-Jax select team didn't even know how to swim until they started practicing for the event. You can hear more of their story and other stories from the event on our Jax Parks TV Tri-Jax Challenge special that goes online Thursday, May 16th. So mark your calendars for that. You also want to mark your calendars for Saturday, May 25th. That's the day that Jax Parks outdoor pools are open to the public. Right now we're watching video of children swimming at the Cecil Aquatic Center. Swim lessons are available at the center all year long, and registration is open now for our 31 outdoor pools. Lessons start mid-June.
Living in Jacksonville, in Florida, I mean, you're surrounded by water, so how nice would it be to go to a water park or go to the beach and not be scared to get in the water and enjoy it? I mean, we all live in Florida, and so of course it gets extremely hot here, so what better to do when you think of summer, you think of water, and that's what Jax Parks wants to do, not only have fun elements, but we want everyone to be safe. So if we can offer swim lessons or any type of activities to get people to have a great time and outside outdoors, then that improves their quality of life.
Registration forms are available now at JaxParks.com. Just select the link for aquatics, then learn to swim. And I've moved on to the Jesse B. Smith Memorial Park. It's a few blocks from the Main Street Park and across the street from the Florida Theater. You know, parks like this are vital to urban areas. Just ask the residents of Springfield.
Having something like this in my neighborhood was a huge benefit in moving here. I like this one in particular because the layout it's very neighborhood friendly, and it winds up being kind of an informal neighborhood gathering place.
Springfield resident Haley Zeller is talking about Confederate Dog Park. It's where she and her four-legged friend Max come to socialize with other dogs and other people. It's the same with Mary Norris and Mike Wells. This couple frequently drives all the way from Southside to spend time here with their dog, Radar.
I think it's awesome. I wish that there was more of them, to be honest with you. I wish there was one in our area that was well maintained like this one. This one's really nice.
Springfield residents were very active in the development of this dog park, but it's only one extension of the larger Confederate Park located along the 900 block of Hubbard Street near downtown. The entire facility is quickly becoming a community focal point, and that's just what planner Daryl Joseph had in mind when he began developing ideas for this unique playground feature.
A lot of the times parks are the synergy between the communities. It provides a meeting place. It provides somewhere, one of the first memories for children. So parents love them, children love them. So we try to think about the end user, who's going to use it, and provide that destination point. To me, a successful park is a park that, at the end of the day, kids want to go to it on a daily basis.
If that's the criteria, then this play area is definitely successful. The pieces are designed to enhance creativity and navigation skills for kids and to mimic pieces of art. My two words for this new feature: whimsical and fun. When you cross Hubbard Street from the dog park and playground area, you find yourself in historical Confederate Park. This area was first designated as a park in 1907, and today it's a jewel for both Springfield and downtown. It features historical elements including a statue honoring women of the Southland and two large eagles that guard one of its entrances. There's also this restored rose arbor, which was originally constructed in the early 1900s.
It makes you feel good at the end of the day. There's a lot of people in the neighborhood as well as in the city that see that whole area turn around with the retail coming now, and potentially that whole quarter with the Hogan's Creek Greenway being a destination point for the city of Jacksonville.
Back at the dog park, Zeller sums it all up.
The whole point of urban living is to be in some part of the community. If I wanted to simply have my dog in my own yard off leash, I could live anywhere. I could live in sprawl. That's not really the point. The point of a place like this is to make it possible for the dogs to do what dogs need to do together in a community so that you can talk with your neighbors. It's not so much just about the dogs, it's about the people.
For more information about Confederate Park, visit online at JaxParks.com.
I like that word, whimsical. I'm not sure it applies to our next segment though. But then there's no one word that truly describes our newest segment and its host, Gene Schubert.
Hi there, I'm Jean Schubert, Parks Naturalist Supervisor with Jax Parks, and we're here today at Tilly K. Fowler Regional Park with an edition of Nature Notes, a way to introduce you to the wonders of nature. And today we're talking about one of my favorite animals, the spiders. Did you know that Florida is home to over 900 species of spiders? They eat more insects than all the other insect-eating animals combined. Also, spider silk is the strongest natural fiber on the face of the earth. Let's take a closer look at a trio of Northeast Florida's most common spiders. Everybody's heard about banana spiders, but in Florida, the two spiders most people call banana spiders are actually orb weavers, and you'll find them in the woods with their huge webs stretched between the trees. The females are much larger than the male because they have a harder job to do to produce the young. We also have a very long-lived spider here in Northeast Florida. It's the southern crevice spider. It can live 6 to 12 years between our walls, where it's nice and safe. We've taken a good look at the female, but the male is much smaller and often confused as a brown recluse, but they don't even live in Florida. And then we have the widows. We have both the black widow and the brown widow here in Northeast Florida, and they have the potential to kill human beings. But only 1% of the people will actually die if bitten, and you have to try hard to be bitten. Don't do that though. The widows are famous for their hourglass, so easy to see on their abdomen. The black widows, they'll hide in the dark areas, sometimes indoors. The brown widows, you'll find those right outside, around your windowsills and door frames. To learn more about spiders, like this beauty here, check out our environmental education programs at JaxParks.com and stay tuned to Jax Parks TV for future episodes. In the meantime, I'll see you in the parks.
You know, a lot of people may not realize that the North Bank and South Bank Riverwalks are actually parks, but they are. They're linear parks that go along the St. Johns River through downtown Jacksonville. And we are here closing today's show at the North Bank Riverwalk.
That's right, and although it's a cloudy and windy day, you still get beautiful views of downtown Jacksonville. Well, thanks for tuning in to this edition of Jax Parks TV. Make sure you follow us on Facebook to learn more about Jacksonville's downtown parks. And you can also connect with us on Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube.
That's right, and you can watch this episode and others on JaxParksTV.com and get information on our summer programs and download our summer activities guide on JaxParks.com.
That's right, there's plenty of ways to connect with us. So we hope to see you here next time, and until then, we'll see you in the parks.
Look, I've already lost my co-host.
Hey lady, are you on TV?
I know. I'm just messing up my own sentence. Thanks, Pam. I can't get it. Library to intro this next story. It's one that will inspire you to mess up the line and keep on going.